And just like that, hello and welcome again to the Darren Green Show, your one-stop shop for celebrity gossip, news and music, pop culture, and the latest gab on social media. Be sure that if you're watching this on YouTube to leave your thoughts in the comments, leave a like, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, girl, what we doing? Subscribe to that damn channel. Okay, and to the audio listeners, be sure to leave a review. We love those. And we are joined today, okay, with entertainment news pundit, content creative, etc. Okay, can I call you by your name, or is it by
yes.
Okay, so Antoine Black. Okay, mostly known for the Daily Hip Hop T page on TikTok, IG, and I believe YouTube as well, right? What's going on?
A lot. Okay. It's been a lot. I want to first say thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. I've been watching you for quite some time, so I'm excited to be here.
Yes, and I'm excited to have you. I've been trying to get you on the show for the longest, but it's just like the whole last year I was just, I was like, I need to focus on getting this platform together and all that stuff before I can have people come on. And I've had, and I'm starting this new thing where I have people that do the content that I do on the show, because it's just like, girl, what are we talking about if you don't know what's going on?
Right.
And you know what's going on, okay? Because you are, when I say, no, I go to you when I'm like, what's going on in this celebrity guy? I'll be like, let me look at your page for a little bit. I'll be like, no, because you be on it. You definitely be on it though.
I try to. Now that it's my full-time thing, I try to be on top of it. I've kind of taken a little step back a little bit, but I still try to post like the good big stuff.
Yeah, content creation make you do that, child. You be on there for the longest doing your big one, and then algorithms be doing that bull crap.
Burnout is real.
Yeah, no, I experienced that this year. That's why I kind of took a step back from TikTok last year in 2024. Because I felt like, okay, now y'all not finna sit there and play me like I ain't been doing this thing for so long, and y'all trying to, you get what I'm saying? I still, and it's so funny now because I started posting again, literally, and we gonna get into the topic. We gonna get into TikTok in a minute. They want to show my stuff now. I'm like, dang, okay, well damn, like what's?
It's like they have months where you're their favorite, and then months when you're their least favorite.
Yeah.
If I could just sum it up, that's how it is. Some months are just better than others, and you really can't control. Like you could put out some A1 quality, but if they don't want to push it,
yeah,
they're not gonna push it.
And they put you in that box too. They put you in that box because there's some topics that I want to get into. I started talking a little political now, getting to the political news sometimes, not all the time, child. But they want to be like, yeah, no, we need you to talk about the mess. I'm like, all right, fine, I'm gonna give y'all the mess.
Yeah, they don't really.
Yeah, I know it's so crazy because it's like, TikTok really does give people like that avenue. Because I know I was, and TMZ invited me on their little show a couple of times, and that was a little thing that I was like, oh my God, I wouldn't have did that without that app. But it's just so unfortunate to see that it's going. And I guess that can go into our first topic. Because is it going? Is it going? Is it not? I'm gonna read something. I'm gonna read like this little excerpt from this article, and then we'll get into it. But according to the Politico, the Supreme Court justices upheld that Congress did not violate the First Amendment when they passed the law to sell or ban TikTok last year, despite ByteDance's own company insisting otherwise. Right. Now, there was a quote that was made that said that there is no doubt that for more than 170 million Americans, TikTok offers a distinctive, expansive outlet for expression, means of engagement, and the source of community, they wrote. But Congress has determined that the divestiture is necessary to address its well-supported national security concerns regarding TikTok's data collection practices and its relationship with the foreign adversary. Now, my thing is this, okay? That's what the Supreme Court said in response to all of this. I feel like, is it going? Is it not going? Because we have, we got the Biden administration saying they want to renege. Now Trump saying he wants to save it. Now the CEO recently,
when he's the person who initially brought everything forward.
Yeah. But see, and this is where I have to, because I don't know where you stand politically, but the Democrats pissed me off with this election, first of all, and just how they've been moving with this TikTok ban. First of all, you Biden, all of them, you initiate. Well, no, you didn't initiate it, but you signed off on it. Now you want to renege, and you're giving Trump he's gonna look like the hero. If TikTok is saved under his watch, he's gonna look like the hero. And it's so ironic because he was, like you just said, he was the one that initiated this ban in the first place.
Right. I will agree with you that Dems have been pissing me off with the way they're handling this entire situation. I honestly feel like Joe Biden signed this entire bill just to have the funding that he wanted for a particular bill. I think he wanted to donate money to like Gaza or somewhere he wanted to donate money to. So I guess in order to get the budget approved, he had to sign it. You know how political
they paired it.
Work. Like you pat my back, I'm gonna pat your back type thing.
Yeah, that's that.
And I feel like he knew in the beginning that he really didn't want to do that, but he wanted to secure that funding. So now that it's time for him to leave office, pardon 2,500 prisoners. He want to stop the ban on TikTok. He want to do, all different type of stuff. Since it's his last little couple weeks here, he like, okay, let me show out. And as far as Trump is concerned, I feel like he just trying to put on, he wants an S on his chest. He want to be Superman. He want to be the one who saved TikTok. And I honestly think that TikTok might go away for a day, 2, a week, a month. But I don't think, even if it does go away, I don't think it's going to go away permanently. I think it's going to come back. That's just my personal opinion, though.
Yeah, I can see it coming back. I just don't know in what context. Okay, okay. I think that, is it going to come back under a new management? Are we going to change the algorithm? Is it going to change? Because I don't want TikTok to turn into Instagram. Because that was the thing too.
Yeah.
There is no other way other than just like leaving this ban alone. If they would have sold and gave it to some billionaire.
But do you see that they can't sell, because way before TikTok was even invented, China has like some type of law where they cannot sell their like art or like computer intelligence software. So they cannot sell the app. Like they can't.
Oh wow. See, I didn't even know about that.
So I feel like America or Supreme Court or the court, whatever, justice, and they knew that when they signed the law, that they have that law implemented, that they cannot sell their artificial intelligence to other countries or, at all. So they pretty much forcing them to ban it, if that makes sense. We can't sell it. We not going to sell it because we can't. It's illegal. So only thing we can do is shut it down.
See, it's always something going on there. Now, I did have some notes that I wanted to bring up with this. I think that just how they made that ruling saying that it's not like in direct violation of the freedom of speech amendment, I think we saw the country basically like put aside the Constitution for this damn ban, because at the end of the day, this is kind of a form of, if there's like 170 million people on this app, that is kind of taking away people's freedom of speech. And the fact that they are just like, oh, it's not, they made that decision and trying to make it hide it behind all this data, the data conversation.
Well, they're saying it's a national security concern. And the one reason that I do agree with them on is, I don't know if you were listening to it. I didn't listen to it in full. I listened to it in bits and pieces. But they did say that like it's a lot of young kids on this app. Like, what happens if one of these kids grows up to be president? What happens if one of these kids grows up to be senators or mayors? And now the Chinese government got all this information on this person. Say if they made a TikTok that wasn't so classy, or you know what I'm saying, something that was a little more risque, now they can essentially blackmail this president 20, 30, 40 years from now based off a TikTok video he did when he was
but can't you
15.
do that somewhere, anywhere else? If you make a racy tweet or a post or reel on Instagram or something like that, and that comes back out of the woodwork, like, I don't know. I mean, I think that it's like, if we're gonna look at TikTok, we got to look at them all then, because let's be clear, Meta taking our data.
But I feel like, I would say that I do agree with. I feel like they feel like the Chinese government may try to use it maliciously, as opposed to it just, I don't know, maybe sort of like a blackmailing type of situation. And like I said, this is all hypothetical. This is all what if. It's a possibility because they have access to the data.
Right.
They haven't done anything like this in the past or currently that we know about, but they're just going off of hypotheticals or what if or the possibility of.
Yeah. And I think this whole process is very sloppy too, because just like, we don't know I know some of us that are users, I mean, not users, are creatives that are on here, we kind of have an idea of how things are going to play out. But like, I heard from another content creator that we're not even getting paid on how we get paid at the end of the month. That's not even up in the air. It's not happening. What about people that buy off the TikTok shop? Like, is there any plans in place for that? Because I know I bought some stuff a couple days ago.
Listen, I hope they pay out people for what they've done since then. I honestly don't think they will, especially they know that TikTok is a lot of people's main stream of income. I don't feel like they won't not pay the people. Yeah, I feel like they're going to pay out. I don't know. I didn't see anything about that. I did see TikTok release a statement saying that they're still going to keep their corporate functioning.
Okay.
And they're going to still employ their employees. And technically a person that's making money off of TikTok is considered an employee. So I feel like they will fall under that umbrella of still getting taken care of financially. Now, don't get me wrong, you're not about to just be getting free money, but I feel like they're gonna pay you out for the videos that you did up until you did them. But that's just my personal opinion based off what I saw.
Right. None of us knows until tomorrow. Child, tomorrow's gonna be the day.
Well, at midnight.
Oh my God, midnight. Yeah.
Right.
Damn. Shit, that's crazy. That is. That is so crazy.
Y'all check y'all TikToks at 12:02.
Girl, not 12:02, honey. Look, I'm be like, shit, I'm too late. Hold on, wait. Girl,
right,
that's so.
Said, let me throw up this last little video, honey.
That is so crazy. And you know, another thing that I wanted to talk about that kind of really pissed me off with this whole ordeal, also the lack of like the big celebrities or musicians that benefit from this app. Like the silence is so loud. Like half of y'all songs, half of the songs that went viral in the past, like since 2020, girls, because of TikTok, and y'all have nothing to say.
I'm surprised that the boy who sings the Kalani song, I think his name's Jordan, I'm surprised he hasn't been championing from it. Because, boy, that's the only reason we know he was, because the song looked like Kalani or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason we know he was because the song blew up on TikTok first.
I mean, Ice Spice too. You know, a lot of her. Come on. We can name names. I mean, I'm talking juggernauts. Like, I mean, like Meg Thee Stallion. Let's be very clear, honey. It's really crazy, and they're not saying nothing. And I mean, it's nothing they can do. Of course, I mean, it's it's whatever the government chooses. But I'm just saying, like, y'all didn't have like a bit much of like y'all don't care that much. I mean, we got people like you seen Queen Aja make her little statement on Twitter to her post and delete. Queen Aja, not who.
Oh, child. No, I really didn't hear the name you said. But the real music tweet?
The real music tweet, like, girl, ain't nobody come to listen to you.
Right. Like, even if, honey, I got to hear her. She not like a person I will go to listen to, but she do have like a little backing behind her to where her songs do end up on the radio. So if I hear a song on the radio every now and then and I like it, yeah, I'm going to listen to it. But, girl, let's not act like
girl, real music, my whole
albums in her thing. Like, girl.
Real music, that really got me right there.
She should have put real original music because all she do is sample.
Oh,
okay.
Yikes! I did not. Well, I don't listen to her like that. Like she. I just know her because
song I heard from her, she done sampled something that I didn't heard before, and that's that automatically give people an affinity to your song because they sound it and they hear it and it sound familiar. So it's not like you just giving us raw cut. You in there listening to the strings and you listening to the bass and you saying take this out and put that in, girl. You having an engineer do up a track that was already made, putting your vocals on it. I don't know if you're writing the songs or not, sending it to a rapper 9 times out of 10 so they can put a 16 on it and putting it out. Is that real music?
Yikes.
Because it's given very calculated and it's given, I got a formula, which is not a bad formula, but girl, not too much.
Right. Like let's not dictate. I don't like people talking about what's real and what's not. Like it's at the end of the day, people that make the content on there and their songs that went viral, it is real music. Child. All right. Well, enough about Queen Aja, child. Now, one thing I will say too that I kind of did not like mess with, I forgot his name, but he was like he was big in the Vine days or whatever. He made a comment, and a lot of them were making the comments. There's a lot of the ones that came from other platforms before saying, oh, like this is just like Vine, and oh, this is, it's not gonna be, it's you're gonna find a new app and stuff like that. I think people don't understand, like, it is not just like Vine. Like Vine, and I was around in the Vine days. Okay, I'm not. Look, I was
making real money off TikTok. I don't think people was making money off of Vine.
Businesses.
People able to quit their jobs, start new careers, buy houses, cars. What's that girl named? E-Kane? She bought a Benz off her TikTok checks. You know what I'm saying? Even though, honey, I don't.
Not a Benz, honey.
Yeah. People, that app really have changed people's lives. So
and to take that away, I think that it's going to negatively affect the American people. And I think that saying that it's just like Vine or it's just like no, it's not going to be. Especially when you're looking at these other apps that they're trying to push on us. I'm sorry, Fanbase is not giving, Lemonade is not giving, Red Note. Everybody want to do that because to try to say F you to the country. But my thing is this: Red Note, you can't do nothing on there. I've heard people's pages get deleted because they don't like the content that you're making. And I don't want to be where I'm not welcomed.
This is like a foreign language, ain't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean,
Mandarin, I think.
Mandarin, they trying to learn Mandarin over there, but they over here trying to.
You learn Mandarin. I'm gonna have me an orange. I'm not learning Mandarin to get on Red Note, but I'll have me a little Clementine over here, child.
Oh my goodness. No, but yeah, I just thought that was kind of annoying. At the end of the day, we'll see what happens. The The inauguration is also coming up too. It's so weird that this is happening like the day before. I don't know if that was like perfectly designed or.
Honey, okay. When I tell you they love to pull some strings, honey. But like I said, I do think that TikTok, it might black out for a day, 2 days, a week. But I think it's gonna come back. It might come back under new management. But I feel like it'll be back. I don't feel like it's gonna be gone for long. I really don't.
Well, only time will tell, child. But anyway, speaking of that,
that's my personal
right. Now go ahead. Y'all. Speaking of, we just brought up the inauguration, child. How do you feel about Snoop Dogg and Nelly? They performing, child, at the inauguration.
Honestly,
I was a little surprised with Snoop.
Did they get paid to do it?
Well, yeah.
Okay. I mean, get your money. Whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. I thought Snoop was just a little bit. I'm not saying he's like no dim or anything like that, but like I ain't think he was gonna roll like that. But money talks.
Yeah, I'm about to say I feel like kind of bad the way people did Chris and Michelle all those years ago. So I don't really be caring about that type of stuff as far as like performing at political events like that. But because it's whatever. Yeah. At the end of the day, you're just I just want those people who performing at those spaces to know they still don't look at you any differently.
Oh yeah.
You just have a song that they like.
Yeah.
You just got a song that they want you to get up on a stage and be a jester and perform. I just hope that they know that.
I think the argument is that you're showing your political stance when you perform at those things, and I did feel like Chrisette Michele got a really bad end of the stick. I mean, she was dropped from her label. She was like literally blackballed, and I feel like, look, if you were a Trump supporter in the 2016 election, like we didn't know he was going to do all that crap. Anybody knew he was going to be that bad. They just said, okay, he a little problematic. Like, I didn't care for Trump supporters back then. Like, it seemed like it was different, but now, I don't know. Like, child.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I mean, if I was an artist and I had gotten chosen or they came at me and asked me to perform at it, I personally would not accept the opportunity. But I mean, these people got to feed their families too.
I mean, the money got to be right. The money got to be decent, Come on now.
Especially, I'll be like, you need to throw an extra 100,000 on there for the public backlash I'm gonna get for doing this.
For real, because I'm for damages and everything, child.
Right.
Speaking of damages, let's talk about Drake. He was a trending topic this week. Because let me just get into the news now. Although Drake has withdrawn his legal petition against the Universal Music Group and Spotify, the legal battle is far from over, child. And documents obtained by TMZ, a defamation case in New York City on Wednesday criticizes UMG for releasing Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us" knowing the lyrics and image of the music video. In this lawsuit, Drake says that the song is filled with inflammatory and shocking allegations, and it's also referred to as a gold mine for UMG to, also reportedly to, I guess, get at him or whatever, and reportedly said that it was a financial motive behind the promotion of the song. It said that Drake claims that the label boasted the record's popularity, knowing that it would deflate his music and brand, giving them leverage in future contract negotiations. Now, I took that as being that he got dragged for this, for this song, it would kind of affect his music when he, wants to drop new projects away from this whole beef situation, if that's not what they were trying to say here. Now, UMG is being accused of paying third party to use bots to increase the song streams, and also alleging that there were a pay for play scheme for the last promoter. Now, my thing is this, and he's also saying that UMG got Kendrick Lamar the gig to perform at the Super Bowl, which I don't think so. I think, it could have been Jay-Z. I mean, but here we go. But
it definitely was Jay-Z.
Allegedly. Come on. Yeah, allegedly. I don't know. Like, I think that, and then there was a part in there in the actual suit that said that "Not Like Us" is anti-Semitic because, like, he made statements like, what'd he say? Like, you're a colonizer and stuff like that. Like, what? Like, what? That didn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
Now we're using the Jewish card now. Now we're using the Jewish card. After all these years?
Yeah. I honestly feel like Drake, I feel like this entire conversation or this entire lawsuit it's a double-edged sword. Because on one end, Drake definitely looks like a sore loser by doing this. Especially considering the fact that he's not directly suing Kendrick Lamar for the things that he's claiming. You called me a P. Why would you sue the record label? But I feel like he's going after the record label specifically because one point was their top artist. He know how they operate. He know that if they got a song that they think is a hit, they're gonna push the song. They're gonna do everything they can to get it played on radio, get it playlisting, put it in ads, whatever. He know the formula. He been a top artist on the damn thing
because it was done for him, and that's the problem.
Exactly.
And when he's on the other side of it, now I need to take legal action.
But I will just say it does make him look like a sore loser. I don't think that he should take legal action against UMG. If anything, he should take legal action against Kendrick Lamar. But he never will, because that's definitely going to make him look like a piece. That's why. Because even if you look at more recent rap battles that have happened, and the girls were coming after each other, Megan Thee Stallion, and, well, Nicki Minaj more so came at Megan, then Megan came at Nicki. Megan just said like one bar, and Nicki released like a whole 3-minute song. And I don't see Megan Thee Stallion gearing up to release no lawsuit.
Or vice versa. I wouldn't.
Okay,
take your L and go. Now,
exactly.
I don't see Nicki ever doing that. That's just, I don't see any rapper in the history of hip hop take legal action because you lost a rap beef.
Yeah.
That has to be, and we talked about this on the show before. That's got to be the most lamest thing a rapper can ever do. And y'all can't hide it behind, he said things that were like out of the way. He called him a pedo and this, that, and the third. And
for context, really quick, I don't mean to interrupt. For context, rap beef used to end with people killing each other. Okay.
Yeah. This is light work.
Go the legal route. You don't want all the way to the other side.
Okay.
They used to handle their rap beef in the streets.
But also, even if we take that part out, like I remember Tupac, one of his songs, he was joking about somebody having sickle cell. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the.
Right.
It ain't right. I'm not. Look. There's certain things that you can't say, but I mean, at the end of the day, you in the heat of the moment. We doing a rap. This is what this is, and you kind of got out the game by just like you're calling the cops almost. Like it's weird.
It was very much giving.
It's like, yeah. I
think that was whack of him to do. I feel like if anything, he should have just took a year off and came back, and we literally.
That's what I'm saying, because it seemed like he want to drop a project, and I think anything that he tries to drop is like, oh my God, Kendrick. But it was like I just said in the beginning, it was done to him. Like, did you see Meek Mill's response? Oh my God, when I tell you riding the goddamn fence.
Meek Misha, honey.
Not Meek Misha. She shouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah, I did see his response. I don't remember specifically what he said, but I just remember he said that he couldn't get playlisting. His records weren't being pushed because he wasn't the hot rapper. But I feel like between him going at it with Drake and then breaking up with Nicki shortly after, honey, that did a number on him. That, honey, we ain't seen the same Meek Mill since.
We didn't. He was not right after that.
I'm still waiting for the Meek Mill to please stand up, child.
Come on, and then also the conversation of it being paid, or you're using bots to. I think I gave that song almost 100,000 streams. I played that shit like every single part of the day. And a lot of other people did as well. Like that was an organic. I
definitely think it was organic, because you can't go anywhere without people singing the song, hearing the song. Everybody knows the dang song, whether they agree with it or think that he is a P or not. The song did what it came to do. It did exactly what Kendrick wanted it to do.
And look, I get how that song could be like,
Yeah. But I get why Drake is upset. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But taking legal action just corny.
It's corny.
Just corny.
It's corny. You know who else is corny, John? I feel like I don't want to go too fast into the, because I want to get everything together. Cardi. This girl has been chronically on Twitter Spaces, I think all week actually. Like most recently, she was talking about how she wasn't happy about her soon-to-be ex, Offset. Apparently, she was saying that he's been dragging his feet through their divorce. Robbing her, and like him and his mom or whatever had took money from her or whatever she was saying, and also didn't give their 3 kids any Christmas gifts. Now, child, when I was like, oh, she got 3 kids. When the 3rd kid happened, child, I'm lost, honey, in the song.
Yeah, her 3rd kid, maybe 4 or 5 months, 3 or 4 months old.
Damn. Oh my God. And then the divorce, like, boom. Shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think that maybe the last one was them trying to still make it work. Type thing. When you're in a marriage, it's very complicated. But I honestly I want for Cardi to delete Twitter.
Yeah.
You can keep Instagram because you don't seem to do that much on there. Give us pictures, give us content, but delete Twitter because you stay going at it with the fan base of another person that you don't like. You stay crashing. I just don't like that. She's being known more for her rants and crashing out than she is for her music. Where is the music, baby?
Where is the music? And then
like,
you giving us
I'm
this.
sorry, I don't want to go too hard on her, but she talks about how hard she works and how much time she dedicates to her craft. Honey, we need to see it.
And is the craft in the room with us? Is the craft present in the room with us? Like,
honey, is the hard work in the room with us?
And you, I don't care how much you can get up on that damn video and do a goddamn freestyle, girl, because we knew Party wrote that anyway. And my thing is, like, what are we really doing? And that's the thing too. She also was on Twitter Spaces talking about how she got into it with this female rap chick, didn't want to say the name, basically saying, "Oh, and I know she can't rap because I know she can't even go toe to toe with me in an argument." What?
People were speculating that she might have possibly been talking about Bia.
Oh, that makes sense now. Because I ain't gonna lie,
You can't be saying Bia because, honey, we know Bia writes, and Bia been in the game writing for a while. I remember when Bia was unknown working with Russ, and she was on that song with Russ. I'm my ass cheeks. I don't know the song.
Right,
but long story short is that Russ sent the song to Nicki. Nicki was like, I don't want to get on this because the girl who you already got on it sounds fire.
Yeah.
And the girl was Bia. So we've been knowing about Bia for years before she came up. Bia is the exact opposite of an industry plant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's a textbook definition of somebody who's been putting in the work, because we can see, like, you can go back and check the receipts on Bia on her YouTube channel and her Spotify accounts and all of this stuff. Like, Bia really writes.
No, I'm not in any protest of that. It does make sense. Okay, so she probably could have been talking. She probably could have been talking about Bia Child. But at the end of the day, girl, you talk about writing, girl. I know we ain't talking about writing. At this, in this day,
there's multiple lives of people saying, "Hey, is Party coming back to write the Maroon 5
verse?" I mean, but she definitely confirmed it. She said, "Girl, at the end of the day, I don't like she don't care about this rap stuff. Like she said it herself, she's an entertainer." I think Cardi should just stop. Like, honestly, this is over. We know the album's not going to do what it's going to do. You need to stop telling your fans that you're going to drop this album. Just drop another edition of the damn spiked whipped cream that you got or something like that. Whatever that's, what is it called?
The alcohol whipped cream, child.
Like, do that, because I feel like Cardi is at her best when she's doing her little brand deals and stuff like that. She minding her business. She's like be like a freaking sweetie.
So a personality, an internet personality.
That's what she's always been. That's what she should have been in the first goddamn place, girl. We know.
Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like if she was to drop a project, I feel like it would do well, just based off of the fact of how long she's been starving people. Like, everybody's gonna go check it out, just based off of the fact that it's been almost 10 years since she released the album. Like,
but I do agree with what Armand Wiggins said. It's like, you waited so long that now the expectation is it gotta be
through the roof,
number one.
Yeah. And I will say this in terms of the numbers: when she first came out, rap was the number one genre in the world. Rap is no longer the number one genre in the world, and neither is it in the United States.
Right.
So,
honey,
people don't realize how that was really helping people get hit records for the last few years. Like, rap, people was just gravitating towards rap, and now they're not so much anymore. People who understand this are people like Wayne. He's been in the game for decades. Drake been in the game for a long time. They came in the game when rap wasn't the number one genre. They helped push and propel rap to become the number one genre. So they don't feel the hit as heavy when it's not. She came in the game when it already was. So now she about to have to figure out her way in her lane. And while I feel like she will be successful in releasing a second album, I feel like she just needs to shut up and do it.
Yeah. Like, put your music out. Just drop a single. Do a surprise single. Do something. But all this talking on the internet, child, and I understand she's crashing out because of the whole situation, and like, she's about to get divorced. Like, I think that that's something that, you know, I don't understand how what her mindset is going through that. Like, that is a real traumatic.
On top of the postpartum, honey, she just, well, I don't know if she's going through postpartum, but that's very common for people who recently have babies. She just recently had a baby. Her mind's probably all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, put the phone, and then that's all the more reason to put the phone down. Because it got to a point where she was like arguing with her own fans. I'm like,
honey,
what is happening? What is happening? And then, you know, I feel like the Barty gang got a fucking degradation kink as it is, child. I'm like, y'all accept that?
Listen, they got a kink, a humiliation kink. Yes.
Girl, what is happening now? And it's not that, because I kind of stepped away from like stan culture like a long time ago. I want to see Cardi I'm interested to see what a Cardi project would look like. Like I have high hopes, but I'm just like, girl, we doing all this talking and not enough like dropping. And
like I said, I feel like she got the right people on her team and the right people helping her out to where it's gonna be good.
Because you know that her label that she wants
to be great enough to meet the expectation that you've had us waiting. How long has it been? What, 7 years, 8 years?
Yeah, I was in college still when
yeah, I seen somebody tweet recently. They said I was in the 4th grade when you came out with your last album, and now I'm a senior in high school.
I mean, she really trying to be like Lauryn Hill.
Girl, honey.
At least Lauryn Hill got a timeless album.
If that's what she want to emulate, she well on her way.
Girl, oh my God. But no, another topic I wanted to get into, girl, Wendy. You heard about Wendy Williams?
My baby, yes.
I know. I feel, I said this on my TikTok, like I feel a little bit of, I feel bad for Wendy because, I grew up watching her, like, I never listened to her radio stuff because that was before my time. But her television show, like, it was always, something that I always got into. I mean, it's the reason why you're at a Darren Green show today. you listen to that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So seeing her in interviews, she recently got in an interview with The Breakfast Club. She was talking to Charlamagne, the guy, and all that. Her niece was on there as well. And they were talking about the conservatorship, and she's since then been on Don Lemon's podcast and Jason Lee's. I didn't really hear their interviews, but I did hear the interview that she did with The Breakfast Club. And it does kind of seem like she is like back in her ways. Did you hear parts of the interview?
Yeah, I definitely heard clips of the Breakfast Club interview and the Jason Lee interview, and she does sound like she's in her right mind. Now, somebody who was recently dealing with her, like an attorney or somebody, spoke out and said that it basically comes in waves. Like sometimes she'll be good.
Yeah, her lawyers,
she won't be good. But Wendy spoke out saying that she ain't talked to that person in a long time, so she don't even know how they would know how she's doing.
Yeah.
But I will say this about Wendy. Honey, we need you, even if you just checking in one day a week on a show with us to recap what happened. We need
you, done, baby. Okay.
Yes. So
no,
that day that she's feeling good, do your show.
And even if it's not like her coming back on like a podcast or something like that, I feel like she needs to be with her family. There's no reason why. Like, I heard the Breakfast Club interview. She sounds like she kind of almost used to, like almost like back when she was on the show. You get what I'm saying? And one thing that Denise said is like, I understand some people might say that she kind of sounds space or she kind of sounds all over the place, but that's just how Wendy Williams is, behind the scenes. And yeah, I think that that's kind of weird that lawyer made that comment saying that, oh, well, it's here or there. But at the end of the day, why y'all still got her captive? That's just my question. And I think it's going to get to the point where the only reason why they'll give her back to her family is when they spend all her money. Because that's what it seems like. Everybody's getting paid. She's saying the part where she was like, I only got $15. Like, they're not even giving her an allowance, really.
Yeah. And I believe that. I think that they're trying to use this woman for her money. They was mad when she said she was going to switch. I think she was with Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
Remember she made a video threatening to pull all her money out her account. And ever since then, they said, oh, no, we got to get this little black
girl, she should have never banked with Wells, honey. I used to work for that damn company.
Yeah, I'm like,
girl, real scammy.
They definitely, because they make money off of her having money in their bank, right? Especially because she got so much of it.
I think they said that.
Her friend started a GoFundMe for her for $50,000. The goal was $50,000. I checked last night. It was that $20,000. So
they put child, girl, that's crazy.
But I just really hope that GoFundMe is actually affiliated with her. I kind of would like for her to post about it and say that it's for her.
Like, hey, yeah, this for me. Like, come on.
People are weird these days.
People are weird. They are out for money.
It didn't say, like, the GoFundMe said the person who started it or the whatever was, like, friends of the Williams family. So it didn't say, like, her niece or her son or her nephew or her brother.
It said friend. Yeah, no, I need family members.
Like, that's so broad. And
I need to hear from that niece because it seemed like that niece is in
Alex.
Yeah, she is definitely, like, on the up and up. Yeah,
championing for her auntie.
Yes. And I felt so bad when she said she couldn't come down to Miami, or she can't come down to Miami to see her dad. I thought they came up with some type of agreement because we saw Wendy recently, like, being in the little chair with her son and everything. Like, I guess Now shit, I'd have took my mom somewhere. I'm like, look, I don't care. I'm taking my mom. You ain't keeping my mom away.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I felt like I had heard that the guardianship agreement or whatever had to be reviewed every year. So I'm confused. A year has about came since that Where's Wendy Williams documentary. Why is that? I don't know much about that, but
I feel like there's not a big enough legal team on the family side. And it's like, because at the end of the day, the lawyers are going back and forth with A&E and Lifetime, from what I understand. They're not really, Lifetime is not really advocating for the family either. You get what I'm saying? They just want to put content out.
Right.
So it's just like the family don't really have a standing on their own. And yeah, you got that niece. The niece is kind of in the industry, but she's like, you know, she's kind of on the outs of
local news.
Yeah.
Local news broadcast.
Right. So it's just like, I think that the family just does not have a big, strong legal backing to really try to get her out of where this bind that she's in. And I don't want to say this is Wendy's undoing, because I do think Wendy probably did sign stuff, because Wendy was very, I watched a lot of her documentaries. It do seem like she has real big trust issues, and even it goes towards her family. And I'm not trying to say her family is like would do any divisive stuff against her, but I think that her judgment was kind of clouded.
Yeah, and I will say that she wasn't that, but when she was in her right whatever, and she was doing her show regularly, she wasn't that close with her family. Like, she would talk about her family on the air. She would say how she didn't talk to her brother that much. She would say that how she was really close to her mom, who passed, unfortunately. She was close with her dad. I think she would talk to her niece maybe a couple of times a year. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they really have that close-knit family. I think that Wendy used to just pop up around the holidays, from what she used to say on her show, pretty much. You know, like.
I mean, yeah, it did seem kind of strange, because I remember she would say stuff like my mom would say this. It seemed like she never really got over it, or my dad would say this about my weight back then. Like, it was a weird relationship that she had with her family. And then also that brother too.
Yes, girl. The one who she said we used to be wearing dresses, allegedly.
How you doing? But no, I'm selling free Wendy shirts.
Is he?
That's what I heard. Well, I saw that he got.
I think his name Tommy, right? Tommy.
It's always a Tommy, right? He's selling free Wendy shirts, child.
Yeah. Well, let's hope the money is going to free Wendy and not to his
little bank account. Come on now. Anyway, one other topic I wanted to get into is not really like celebrity news, but it is kind of like a trending topic. I'm calling him the Bikini Beans Flasher.
Okay.
Child, as previously reported, Nautica Malone, an Arizona man, he recently committed, suicide. Child. He took his own life after an incident that went down at the Bikini Beans coffee shop location, I believe in Arizona. Like I just said, the authorities say that Malone drove up to the coffee shop with his thing out. One of the waitresses saw her, I think, or was the manager, I'm not sure who that lady was that was on the video, saw him and was like, you need to leave, and everything was on video. Well, he committed suicide, and since then, the Tampa police reported that Malone's family had showed up to the coffee shop to confront the employees, accusing them of contributing to Malone's death. The mother of Nautica spoke out in defense of her son, basically threatening the waitress. I'm not gonna read everything she said. I'm gonna paraphrase. She basically blames her for her son passing, and also talks about how she invaded her son's privacy, and basically is going to be going after the girl legally or physically. I don't know what type of time she's on. She was on Facebook. When I saw that, I was like, you lucky you got a private page on there, because I was definitely about to be like, girl.
Did she change it to private?
Yeah, she's on private. Yeah, because I looked it up. I was like, oh, she got it. Yeah, it's private on Facebook. You can't see no posts.
Oh, child, honey. She must have just did that, because I was going on her page several times, scrolling through the timeline, reading everything.
Oh, no, because she getting that heat. That's why she, because I checked yesterday.
I did. That actually did really, they got a lot of attention as far as that topic is concerned. And I did see that his people popped up to the restaurant the day that he offed himself. They actually allegedly had guns and stuff like that with them. That's what I heard.
Guns?
And ironically enough, I don't know if this part of the story is true, but I heard that you couldn't see his situation in the video because he had a flashlight on it.
He had now see, I didn't see when I saw the video at first, I'm like, is he wearing underwear? Is he
wearing running shorts?
Well,
because I'm saying, if you have running shorts and you sitting down and you got enough junk in the trunk, they're gonna ride up on you.
Well, he got on coochie cutters. No, them things went up a little bit too far. Nah.
But I'm saying, when I first seen the video, that was my original.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
he just got on like really short shorts. But to me, if I was rode up to a place and they're like, you need to leave, and I know I got on bottoms, I'm gonna be like, why? I'm
right, because I'm fully clothed.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if I know I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm not gonna drive away. I'm gonna figure out why you acting like this.
Yeah, it was a weird exchange. I mean, there was people also talking about like how she already had the video potted up. Like, people were trying to allege that this was like a skit.
Yeah. And I saw TMZ reported that a woman who worked there initially saw him, went to tell the manager, who then came out and recorded. So there was a whole part of the video or the situation that we did not see. A regular worker spotted him and went to tell the manager.
Yeah, y'all gotta, you gotta give people, you gotta give people all the context, shot, because they will run with it. Yeah, I didn't believe what people were saying, like, oh my God, it was a skit. I also didn't like when, people are trying to say that, oh, well, this man has a wife and kids, this was like, and that's cool, but at the end of the day, you rolled up with your out. Now
traumatizing people.
They said he was also doing things down there. So I was like, okay, so what? I'm sorry, not sorry. Like I said in my video, I said play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I mean, it's just like, and you couldn't deal with the ramifications of that, so you did what you did.
Right.
I mean, I feel bad for the kids. I feel bad for the wife.
Yeah, I feel bad for his children, his wife, and his mom too. I do feel bad for the mom because I understand why she's like going off on Facebook. She's grieving. She don't know how to handle her grief. Her son just got exposed as a super, whatever. So she just trying to. She don't know how to feel. All she knows is a video going out of her son, somebody walking up to her son's car, and her son off herself.
Right.
So
at some point we do have to.
You should not have came after that woman. In the message, I don't know if you guys have seen the message, but she was calling the girl all type of B's and everything. Like, girl, she was doing a lot, and it didn't call for that.
Damn, how was she able to ID that girl? I mean, we saw her in the reflection of the car, well, or something like that. But like, she was able to find out who exactly was the man. Well, I guess the manager probably revealed herself. Like, yeah, I'm her. What's up? Like,
yeah, I don't know if she specifically pinpointed who she was or like her. When the message, she said, this B walked up to my son's car. This B is the reason my son offed himself. This B, like, she kept referring to her as this BITCH. And I'm like, well, why she keep calling her? Like, it just didn't make sense to me. But I had to put it in my mind, like, okay, she's grieving, you know?
And some people were saying some things were said. And I think, look, I think that we have this thing, and I believe these people are black. He was black, right? Like, or it seemed like it. We have this.
I don't think he was black.
You don't think he was black?
I think he was like Mexican. Oh, I'm gonna send you a picture of the mama when we get off here.
But
she was like Mexican.
Oh, okay. Because I thought he was a little bit of a color. Okay.
Well, I don't know how. I don't know the.
Who knows? So. But I mean, race doesn't really matter. I think that this is like a cultural thing. Like, y'all really put y'all sons on a pedestal for doing like the most craziest, most just problematic shit. And like, I understand that, he took his life and stuff like that, but also we gotta understand that, what was going on, or what caused this. Like, this was a person that had a family, a wife and a kid. Like, why was he getting into this? Doesn't seem like the first time, which was a lot of people was commenting like, oh, he's probably a repeat offender. That
was probably just the first time he got caught.
And then it's weird. It's a whole.
Yeah, like I said, I don't agree with what he did, and I feel like the manager had every right to record, because especially if you're going around doing that to employees here. And Bikini Beans released a statement backing their employees, saying that they're here for the safety and security of their employees, which I 100% agree with. But this the mom and the family, even he had like I'm not sure if the person was a sister or a cousin or what. Somebody else spoke out saying that she didn't follow the proper protocol. She should have went to the corporate offices about what allegedly or might have happened. It didn't allegedly happen. We've seen it happen. Like
girl, and the first thing they're gonna say is, "Do you got proof?"
Exactly.
Like, I'm gonna put you on video. Like that.
Yeah, I just feel like really bad to anybody that knew him, kind of in a sense, because now like they're like associated with that, and
they're calling
it's just an all around effed up situation. I honestly feel like he would have just probably been better off just dealing with the consequences of what he did.
Yeah, but I mean the consequences would. He would have been like considered an offender. Like they said they would have arrested him and put him on in the registry and everything. I'm like, oh shit.
You can go to if you get caught peeing on a tree in public, you can get registered as a sex offender. So
and rightfully so.
Lost his job.
Yeah,
he would have had a mugshot. He would have all these things, but
But see, they don't want to take the consequences of that, you know.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, look, it is what it is. That is all that we have for this episode. Is there anything else? Is there anything else that was like a big topic? Because I know I want to, you know,
a big topic.
I'm trying to see if we covered everything this week.
Child, justice for Naziah Harris, honey. Okay.
Oh yeah, that was Oh my God.
Justice for Naziah Harris, Jarvis Butts. You need to be underneath the jail cell. Okay. And my thing about that entire situation is, before we got on here, we were speaking about how a woman had found the shop that he worked at.
Yeah.
Where Naziah was last seen at, and how she went through the auto body shop. But when I was doing the story or doing a little research on where the shop was located, I actually realized that I'm from Detroit, which is where this whole case went down at. I just realized that the place that he had her at was a place that I grew up at. I frequented the area. So it kind of hit a little bit closer to home too, because I'm like, damn, like this is down the street from my K-8 school. So when this entire situation happened, like my aunt there's a hotel across the street. I have an aunt who fell on hard times back in the day. She was staying at the hotel for a couple of months. So I'm like, okay, I know this area very well. If anybody listening from the Detroit area, it happened on the east side, Harper and Connors area. So by WC3, which is a community college there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was hearing stories, you know, people talking about it all this week. It's just, how do y'all let that happen?
Yeah. And I know somebody that is a social worker in Detroit, and they like work closely with an adoption agency. And apparently the grandma, at one point in time, it was 10 kids in her house.
Yeah.
With how many? I think the aunt had 5 kids. The aunt is a twin. The twin had a kid, and she had adopted 3. And it was like 10 kids in her house. So
it was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I hated the conversation that people was trying to say, like, oh, she's fast. And that's just, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
what?
No, she was manipulated.
In no context.
Negatively influenced. Like, and I feel like people who say stuff like that, not necessarily that they would do that, but they have experienced something similar in their life to where they just they victim blame.
And then somebody called them fast, and now you growing up, and now you're kind of conceptualizing. Yeah. It's weird. I think that I was happy to see everybody, like, you know, get those people to get together in line and stuff like that. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. But no, there's a lot of people that still think like that. It's sick. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's the only big thing I could think about story, because that story has been all over my timeline all week. Yes. It's actually so unfortunate. Justice for her. Hopefully they find her. She's presumed unalived at this point. So hopefully they find baby girl. They done found her shoes and her jacket and her clothes, but they have not found her body.
They still haven't found her body. See, that man.
And he will not tell where she is. And he recently entered a not guilty plea in court.
Whew, child, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining me and coming on the show and stuff like that. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yes, y'all can find me on TikTok, not for long, y'all. Only the next 12 hours. You can find me on TikTok at Daily Hip Hop T. If you want to follow my personal Instagram, you can follow it Antoine Black. The A is a V. So just on all social media platforms, Daily Hip Hop T, pretty much.
Period. All right, and thank y'all so much for listening to the show. We will be back soon. Okay.
All right. Thank you for having me, y'all.
Bye.